stop what you are doing right now, because what I am about to tell you is going to completely change the way you think about attraction forever. Not dating advice, not pickup lines, not dress better or smell good tips. This is pure psychology, and it works on everyone. There is one single psychological mechanism that makes people feel drawn to you, almost like a magnet. And the crazy part is, most people are accidentally doing the exact opposite of it every single day. I have seen confident people lose someone they really liked because they had no idea this existed. And I have seen average, ordinary people become absolutely irresistible simply because they understood it. So if you have ever wondered why some people just naturally pull others toward them without even trying, this is your answer. And no, it is not confidence, it is not looks, it is not money. It is something much more subtle, much more powerful, and honestly much more fascinating than any of that. Stay with me, because by the end of this video, you are going to walk away with something you can actually use today, not tomorrow. Today. Let us start with a question. Have you ever met someone for the first time and within minutes felt like you have known them forever? Like the conversation just flowed, the energy felt effortless, and something inside you was just pulled toward that person without any logical reason? That feeling has a name, and scientists have been studying it for over 50 years. It is called the Similarity-Attraction Effect. And once you understand how it works inside the brain, everything about human attraction starts to make perfect sense. Here is the simple version. When your brain detects that someone is similar to you, it automatically labels them as safe, familiar, and trustworthy. And here is where it gets interesting. Safety and familiarity in the brain are processed in the exact same region as attraction and desire, which means your brain does not fully separate the feeling of feeling safe with someone from the feeling of being attracted to someone. They are neighbors in your mind. This is not a theory someone made up. This is backed by decades of research from universities like MIT, Harvard, and Stanford. In one famous study, researchers put strangers in a room together and secretly measured how similar their values, interests, and communication styles were. The result? The more similar two people were, the faster and stronger their attraction to each other developed. Every single time. But here's where most people get this completely wrong. And this mistake is probably costing you more than you realize. When most people want someone to like them, what do? They try to impress them. They show off. They perform. They talk about their achievements. They try to be funnier than they actually are. They dress differently. They pretend to like things they do not actually like. And every single one of those moves sends a signal to the other person's brain that says, this person is different from me. This person is putting on a show. And the moment that signal fires, attraction starts to fade. Not because you are not attractive, but because you triggered the wrong psychological response. So what is the right move? How do you actually use the similarity-attraction effect on purpose? There are 5 specific techniques, and I am going to walk you through every single one of them right now. Technique number 1, mirror their energy, not their words. Most people have heard of mirroring body language, crossing your legs when they cross theirs, nodding when they nod. But that is surface level, and honestly, most people can feel it when someone is doing it artificially. What actually works is mirroring their emotional energy. If they are calm and relaxed, you slow down. If they are excited and animated, you match that energy. When your energy matches someone else's energy, their brain interprets it as emotional similarity. And emotional similarity is one of the fastest roads to attraction. Think about the last time you were in a really calm mood and someone came in loud and chaotic. How did that feel? Repelling, right? Now think about when someone walked in and just matched your vibe perfectly, without even saying much. That felt magnetic. That is the effect we are going for. Technique number 2, find the real thing you actually have in common and go deep on it. Not the surface stuff, not, oh, we both like movies or we both like food. Everyone likes food, that means nothing. Go deep. Find the specific thing, the specific experience, the specific feeling that you genuinely share. Maybe you both grew up in small towns and felt like you never quite fit in. Maybe you both have that thing where you laugh when you are nervous. Maybe you both obsess over small details that other people overlook. When you find that real specific shared thing and you name it out loud, something shifts in the conversation. Suddenly it is not small talk anymore. It is a real human connection. And that shift is felt instantly. That is the similarity-attraction effect activating in real time. Technique number 3. Use the phrase, "me too," at the right moment. This sounds almost too simple, but the psychology behind it is incredibly powerful. When someone shares something personal, something they feel, something they have been through, and you respond with a genuine "me too," their brain releases a small hit of dopamine, not because you said something brilliant, but because you made them feel understood. And feeling understood is one of the deepest human needs that almost nobody is fulfilling. The key word is genuine. A fake "me too" is worse than saying nothing. People can feel inauthenticity instantly. Their brain picks it up, even when their conscious mind does not. But a real "me too," one that comes from an actual shared experience, can change the entire trajectory of how someone feels about you in seconds. Technique number 4. Disagree strategically. Now, this might sound like the opposite of what I just told you, but stay with me because this is where it gets really interesting. If you agree with everything someone says, you do not seem similar. You seem like you have no identity. And people are not attracted to people with no identity. But if you disagree on something small and non-emotional, something like a movie opinion or a food preference, and you do it with confidence and a smile, something fascinating happens. They become more interested in you. Because now you are a real person with a real perspective, not just a mirror they are talking to. The trick is to agree on the big emotional things, values, feelings, experiences, and disagree playfully on the small surface things. That combination is magnetic. Technique number 5. Repeat their own words back to them, not in a weird, robotic way, but naturally weave their exact words and phrases back into the conversation. If they say something like, "I just feel like nobody really gets what I am going through," later in the conversation you say something like, "I get why you feel like nobody really gets it." When someone hears their own words coming back to them, their brain registers it as deep understanding. And deep understanding feels like connection. And connection feels like attraction. This technique alone has been used by therapists, negotiators, and the most socially skilled people in the world for decades. Now let us talk about timing. Because all 5 of these techniques are 10 times more powerful when you know exactly when to use them. The first 3 minutes of meeting someone are the most critical. This is when the brain is doing its fastest and most powerful assessment of another person. Neuroscientists call it thin slicing. Your brain takes a razor-thin slice of information about a person and uses it to form a strong first impression that is incredibly hard to change later. Which means if you walk in trying to impress, performing, showing off, that thin slice tells their brain, "This person is different from me." And that impression sticks. But if you walk in calm, genuine, matching their energy, finding real common ground fast, that thin slice says, "This person feels like me." And that impression also sticks. You want to be the person who feels like them, not the person who tries to wow them. Now, I want to address something that a lot of people get confused about when they first hear about the similarity-attraction effect. They think it means you have to be exactly like the other person. Same interests, same background, same everything. That is not what this means at all. You do not need to share everything. You need to share the right things. Specifically, emotional experiences and core values. 2 people can have completely different hobbies, completely different careers, completely different lifestyles, and still feel an overwhelming pull toward each other. Because what they share is deeper than surface. They share how they see the world, how they process emotions, what they believe about people and relationships. That kind of similarity creates attraction that does not fade. That is the kind that lasts. Let me give you a real-world example of how all of this comes together in one interaction. Imagine you meet someone at a social event. Instead of launching into impressive mode, you simply observe them for a moment. How are they standing? What is their energy? Are they relaxed or a little tense? You match their energy. You start a conversation, and instead of talking about yourself, you ask questions that go slightly deeper than small talk. They mention something personal, something they feel. You respond with a genuine connection point, not "me too" right away, but something that shows you actually understand. You find one real thing you both share, and you go deep on it for a moment. The conversation shifts. It stops feeling like 2 strangers talking and starts feeling like two people who already know each other. Then you disagree playfully on something small. You have an opinion? You are a real person. They laugh. The tension is gone. Now there is chemistry. You naturally weave something they said earlier back into the conversation, and they feel deeply understood without knowing exactly why. By the end of that interaction, they do not know what just happened. They just know they want to talk to you again. They just know there is something about you. That something is not magic. That something is psychology. And now you know exactly how it works. The most attractive people in the world are not the most beautiful or the most successful. They are the ones who make other people feel most understood. Because at the end of the day, every single human being on this planet is walking around with the same core need. The need to feel seen. The need to feel like someone actually gets them. When you become the person who fulfills that need, you do not just become attractive, you become unforgettable. And the beautiful thing about the Similarity-Attraction Effect is that it works in every context. Romantic attraction, friendships, professional relationships, first dates, job interviews, everything. Once you understand how your brain decides who to trust and who to feel drawn to, you start to see every social interaction completely differently. So here is your challenge for today. The next conversation you have with someone, try just one of these 5 techniques, just one, and pay attention to how differently that person responds to you. You do not need to use all 5 at once. Start with mirroring their energy, just that one thing, and watch what happens. If you found this interesting and you want to understand more about the hidden psychology behind human attraction and behavior, subscribe to Pull Psychology, because this is just the beginning. Every single video on this channel is designed to give you a real psychological edge in your social life, your relationships, and the way people perceive you. The science of attraction is deep, it is fascinating, and most people will never take the time to understand it. But you just did. And that already puts you ahead. I will see you in the next one.